I'm losing my way. You've gotten to me, and that's my mistake. Some might say I can't get too far without seeing your face. Oh, you gave me your heart and took it away. I'm going underground, going underground. Say your loving comes around, going underground, going underground. 'Cause your love is not around anymore. Going underground, going
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Octane Online Racing Simrigs Sprint Series Pro-Am Finals for Round 2 from the unbelievably goated Pekischer Circle, or as it is actually called, the Hungaroring. My name is Alexis Bowen, and joining me tonight is Mitch Hobbs. How are you, Mitch?
Yeah, good, Alexis. Welcome, everyone, to the stream. Can't wait to see the racing tonight here for second round of the Pro-Am Finals.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. I do very much like the Hungaroring. It's a great mix of technical, fast flowing. Is a little tricky to overtake around here, but you can get some really, really good racing around here when the drivers are pushing to the absolute limit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be some close racing at the start there. Of course, maybe we might even see a touch of rain. Who knows, which might make things more interesting. But yeah, we just can't wait to see the door-to-door racing here for a 1 hour race here at Hungary.
Yes, we do have a 60-minute race. No mandatory pit stops tonight, with a 15-minute qualifying session preceding that, which is a bit of a change from the very interesting format we had at Donington, which created some really interesting strategy and some great racing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fill the car to almost the brims of the tanks and go for it. There's going to be no messing around here. It's all or nothing here for round 2.
We now just await the start of the qualifying session. We will take a look. So at the moment in the practice, we have a very tight top 3 with Malik and Baketold separated by just 0.02 of a second, which is not a lot, but those times may not be quite what you'd expect for qualifying, whether that's faster or slower, who knows.
Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there?
That's it. Let's get this quali session underway. Just awaiting a few final cars to cross the line before we switch over, but the top 3 there at the moment is actually comprised of the drivers that are top 3 in the overall standings at the moment, with Lewis Cugley on top at the moment after winning the race at Donington last week with a fantastic strategy call in the end, followed by Vladdy Malik, Stefan Baketold, Chris Taylor, and Shane McClawsey, your top 5. So it has only been the 1 round, but everything can change tonight if there's just someone not quite in the groove or someone makes just the littlest mistake. Anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's going to be no holding back for the drivers here in the 15-minute close session. Just now jumped over. It's only a fast track, though, so we may even see it tick over to optimum halfway through the session, or maybe even 5 minutes in. So we'll have to wait and see if that does happen, whether the times do improve later in the session.
I'd say right now, while the track is fast, drivers will just be looking to get a time on the board and then pray that it ticks over into that optimum so they can really push the cars around. Here's Stefan Baketold in the 79 Porsche. Had a good showing in Donington, ended up finishing P3.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great showing from him with a little bit of a dramatic finish at the end there at Donington, but good showing for him overall. This was the first one to come round on track of the train of cars coming through the final sector there. That's going to be suspect a bit of a traffic jam coming through these first final corners here.
Yeah, certainly. You'll expect to see a fair bit of traffic with cars slowing down, getting ready for their laps through this final sector. As you can see, there's a lot of cars very close together, but on the first few laps you're going to get a bit of congestion as well, as we look now at Stefan, who's just starting his lap, crossing the line now. So he will be the first driver to get something on the board, provided he doesn't invalidate, as he rides down to turn 1. Very tricky hairpin. Gets it nice up onto the curb and runs right out wide. Uses as much road as he possibly can. Now we got another hairpin. Most of this track is comprised of hairpins. You do get some nice fast-flowing bits later on the track, but he has to get through these parts first. Quick right-handed, slightly downhill. Now he has to go the uphill approach. It's a bit of a blind corner here. He gets it right. Can't run too wide or else you invalidate. Takes a tight line on entry into this next corner. Now through the chicane he'll go. This is very easy to get it wrong. Where does he position the car? Right on the sausage curves. The Porsche handles it pretty well, but gets a little on the exit. Now through this fast flowing S section through the middle sector. This is a lot of fun in the F1 cars, certainly. In these cars it can be a bit more challenging, but you still certainly have a lot of fun just throwing the car around. Bechtold gets a little bit loose on the rear end, but keeps it going well. This is a solid lap so far. Now through this very tight third sector, it's very easy to get this these upcoming hairpins wrong. He gets a fairly good line, runs slightly into the pit lane entry as you do. Now long final corner, and this will set him up for what will be the first time on the board in this qualifying session. He will cross the line now, and it is a 44.3, so that's a solid time given the track conditions.
Yeah, that was a very tidy looking lap overall. Still keeping pole with these first couple of drivers coming across on board here with Kigali. Currently P1 in Sands, come around to the third to last corner. Very tight little one. This, you don't want to use too much curb, but you want to nail the exit as much as possible for these last two sweeping bends. Coming around the final couple of corners now. Just behind that McLaren there. Let's see what Kigali can put on the board for his first lap. See a couple of cars there just getting a little bit tied up at the final corner. It looked like a good exit. Might even be in the 44s. Let's have a look. Does keep it in 44s. It's P3 at the moment. Pete behind you there's just snuck into P2. So good start for all the drivers.
Right now it's definitely Bechtold who has the upper hand, about 3.5 tenths up on driver in P2, but there's still plenty of drivers to set a time, including driver here, the 168 BMW of Vladdy Malik. Malik showed great pace at Donington, but couldn't quite capitalise on a possible race win. Ended up having to settle for a P2 finish in the end. Yeah,
absolutely. It was a great showing. Had the strategy really well set up. There's just a car off there at the chicane. See, it can be a bit of a really tight line there from Malik through these sweeping S bends, really trying to get it turned in now. Maybe it's looking a little bit understeery, that M4. That could just be what I'm looking at. It's come through fast right-hander now, really turning it in, trying to get the car fully turned around. I'm not even sure if that was still valid. It might still be on though. Really wide line, using all the track and clipping the outside curbs to get the time that he's looking for as he comes around the final sweeping bends of the circuit. Oh, might have gone a little bit deep there. See a couple of times there just creeping up the board. Williamson went up, then back down again. Steve Lewis comes across the line. Price comes across the line checking P9 in the Nissan as Malik comes out of the exit for the final corner. Let's see what time he can put in. Wow, pole. That's a great lap, 44.0. Still a fast track at the moment with just under 10 minutes to go. So drivers have to start pushing now, wondering whether is it actually going to go optimum or are they just going to have to go for it?
Well, that is a stunning lap from Vladdy Malik. It looked quite messy throughout it, but he happened to maintain a lot of momentum going deep through the corners, and it was like, well, if I've paid for this whole track, I'm going to use this whole track, and ultimately it's paid off for him. Straight to pole position for now as Denaldi moves up into P7 in a very tight pack there. I think he's, 2 thousandths faster than McLean as Chalmers goes up into P6 with a 44.6. Here's McKellar in the Optimus Prime Lamborghini.
You can't not love that livery. That's a great livery.
Oh, stunning.
Ooh, a bit wide though through the final corner, comes out. Let's see what time McKellar's going to put in. Looks like it might be a 44. Yeah, that's a really good start. P10 there. Not too far behind McLean and Denaldi there. So let's see.
Yeah, look at those gaps. 2 thousandths between Denaldi and McLean. 2 thousandths between McKellar and Scanlon. As Bechtold now fights back with a 44 flat to go slightly faster than Malik. But look at Vladdy Malik's delta. That is a fair way up. This is going to put him straight to pole position into the 43s, if you don't mind.
Ooh, bit deep though. Final corners, maybe trying to prioritise the exit. Could have had a bit more time. Had he just kept it that little bit tight. Still going to go polo with a 43.7. It's a really good lap. Bechtold, I'm sure, is not going to give in though. Still 2.5 tenths gap. That's definitely doable in the coming laps. We're on board with Rochford now. Currently sat in P18. He's half a second up at the moment. So he's looking to try and come up a few positions in quali. Almost 7 tenths up through there. Dropped it a little bit on the exit in the very bright pink Lamborghini. Coming through this fast sweeping right-hander now. Coming down to sector 3. Jump down to P20. A little bit more people coming to put in times. Still going to come up 7 tenths or so through these final 2 corners. Let's see what he can gain and see where he's going to be put in quali.
Yeah, Rockford needs to find a bit of time here. He's gaining a little bit now. It's almost a second up on the Delta. Runs it very tight to the inside there. What's it going to do to his exit? It's going to move up a few positions though. Up to P12 with a 44.8.
McKellar now's coming through. Jumps up to P7, so not too far off. Next driver's Chris Taylor's just come across to a P5 at the moment. The track is now optimum, so drivers are really going to start pushing now, bringing out those faster times. Maybe Flooding Malik even had that optimum half a lap or so with that 43.7, or maybe he'll even find more time.
Who knows, but we have a few drivers that have chosen to return the pits, set up a fresh set of tyres, refuel the car and get things underway again with the track conditions now improved. We'll see what Taylor can do, currently P5 in the Honda.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Honda handles these chicane curves. 0.3 separates 11 drivers. That is not something you see every day. Look how close those times are on the leaderboard there as Chris Taylor comes through the sweeping bends of the middle sector. Oh, looked a little sloppy on exit there. Still half a second up as I say that, so he's just trying to prove me wrong, I think, knowing that we're watching. Coming through the fast right-hander now. Car looks nice and solid using all the curve. Don't take too much more on the limits there, or it will take that lap off you. Coming down through third to last corner now. Nice little exit, 4 tenths up still, so this is going to get him up into P3 if he can hold this. Maybe find a bit more time chucking up into P2 if he can. Half second up there. Didn't quite get the exit, but still got the final corner now. Ooh, went a little bit deep, but if he can pull it back to the exit, there's going to be a fair chunk of time here. It's going to jump him maybe up to P2, maybe 3, depending on what the drop is. P3. So I think, he's actually matched Bechtold. Is that what I'm saying?
Oh, no. Yeah, 5 thousandths of a second. That is very tight, but Bechtold now will be starting his lap on his new set of tyres as we look back at John Rad, who is down in P26, about 2 seconds off the pace at the moment. We'll be looking to improve on that.
Yeah, definitely got the optimum track now, so hopefully all the drivers should be able to find that little bit of time that maybe they thought they were missing just due to ever so slight lack of grip around the circuit. Now coming around second to last, went a little bit deep, see if we can pull the exit up now, and he can. It was a nice exit there. Let's see if we can pull up for the final corner. Tries to keep it tight. Does he pull it up for the exit? Yes, he does. Let's see where this is going to bring him up in the leaderboard. Bit of a squirrely exit though. Where's this going to bring him up? P18. That's a really good gain there from Rad.
Yeah, nicely done by Rad as we now look at Viney, who is just remaining in the top 10 at the moment, but will be looking to further cement his position. He's about 4 tenths up at the moment. Can he get the exit? Yes, he can. So he's going to move up a few positions here and moves up to P4. Well done.
Yeah, that was definitely a really solid lap now on, but with Kigali's 2 tenths up at the moment. Maybe looking a little like he could have that bit more time. 3 tenths up now. Probably going to try and stick it into 43s if he can. 3.5 tenths up, lost on the exit. Touched a bit too much curb. I think just on that exit. Might gain it through the final corner here. Tap the brake in the middle to try and nail that exit. Lost him a little bit of time, can gain it back. So that's going to top him in the low 44s, which bring him up 1 position. Still needs to find that time. It's still good performance from him so far.
Yeah, you'll be wanting to improve a bit more. The current Pro-Am Finals leader. Yeah, look at Taylor, who's got it very loose there at turn 2, but has managed to keep it going straight.
Yeah, looking wild. He knows he wants that pole. He's keen as a 10th up at the moment, but needs probably 3/10 at a minimum to even look at pole if Malik can't go faster. But you know what the times are like here. It's 2 minutes left, and quality drivers are going to give it their all now. Let's see what we can do through chicane here. How much is to dare take? Ooh, doesn't want to take too much car. Getting a little bit unsettled. Loses over just almost a 10th there, but gain it through these sweeping S's. Lambo in front, having a bit of a moment. Pulls off. Good choice there. Lost a 10th through S's there, but it's gaining on exit. Let's see what we can do for the sweeping right-hander. There's a lot of time in there. Look at that. He's going to invalidate. Oh, that's not what you want to see. Look how much time is in there, though. If he can nail that, that could be pole.
Yeah, just a little overcommitted there. Don't think he was ever going to be making that corner. As we look now at Bechtold, he's just gotten through there and shown how to keep it valid. He's about matching Malik now. This could improve Bechtold up to pole position again. Currently 3/10 up. If he can maintain this gap, he will retake that pole position from Vladdy Malik. He's gone up to 4/10, so he should definitely get his way back up into pole. His exit's not very good though, but he still gets it back up there for 43.7.
Yeah, it's a really, really good effort there from Bechtold. Only about half a 10th ahead of Malik, so still not too much needed from Malik to get pole. There's only just under a minute left. On board with McLean at the moment, coming on to what will be his final qualifying lap. No, we're now on board with Kigali. What am I reading? Am I reading things, or did that swap? I reckon that swap. I think I got duped. Yeah. No. I think I'm being fooled. Someone's trying to. Someone's trying to fool me. Yeah, I thought so. Kigali though, 2/10 up at the moment. Just under half a second off pole. Ooh, he's really pushing it now. 3/10 up. Let's see what we can do through the middle chicane here. See if we can really gain some time. Use all the curb. Didn't quite use as much. It's sliding a little bit, but pulls it up through the sweeping S's. Can he keep it on the track? Just had to really correct himself. Lost a 10th at least there as we come to the end of qualifying session. So everyone on a lap. This is their final lap. So let's see what they can do to improve. Kigali, they only 10th and a half up, losing time as I keep talking. 10th up now. See what we can do to the final corners. He'll be kicking himself in the time he's lost. See what we can see. Vladdy Malik cannot go any faster. P2. They're only half a 10th off Bechtold. What can Kigali do to just under 2/10 up? See if we can get more out of the final corner. He does. Definitely going to slot up some time, but what will that be? Will that be P3? Yes, it will. Really good effort from him there.
Yeah, nicely done by Kigali. It gets him right up close to his championship rivals up there. But Bechtold looks like he's going to be taking pole position with McKellar. He slots himself onto the second row. Nicely done there for McKellar. Lewis up to P16 now. Here is McClaws, who is currently down on his best time, sitting in P12. He's done.
He's validated. Yep.
So it is Stephen Bechtold on pole position in the Porsche, followed by Vladdy Malik, Kigali, McKellar, Taylor, Chalmers, Viney, Scanlon, McLean, and Johnston, your top 10. Look at the variety in that top 10. I mean, other than the
what
three
are those
BMWs
McLarens doing there as well below? That's a McLaren party right there.
Yes, but a very good mix of manufacturers within that top 10, which is what you love to see.
So now the drivers will be getting their race set up, all finalised. Chucking in that, I dare say for some cars, maybe almost a full tank of fuel. Trying to work out maybe just some final adjustments on their tyre temps, toe as well, to maybe try and help with the tyre wear over the 60 minutes, because I think that'll play a key if you're using too much of the car, it's going to ruin the tyres and therefore slow you down over the 60-minute race. Probably towards the last 15 minutes is where we'll start to see that time loss. So see those who might look to manage their tyres early on and then bring those times, faster times out, I should say, closer towards mid to end of the race to try and make up that time.
Certainly, it's going to be a interesting development. Track is currently fast, so we've gone back down to fast conditions. So we'll have a few laps here where the track won't be quite at its best, but that shouldn't affect these drivers too much.
You don't need a Nottingham track anyway. What's that? Look at the colours on the liveries as we just go through there on camera one. There's, of course, you know where Bendai is in his pink McLaren. You're not going to miss him. There's some lovely liveries, though. Look at that.
Yeah, there's always some stunners, and there's always some not so stunners. So we see the forever moving blades of the helicopter that seemingly won't move.
Is this Malik just getting ready in his helicopter to take off to get the drone footage? Is that what's going on? That makes sense. So he's getting ready. Yep, he's off. Wow, look at the track. Poised and ready for some racing here for round 2 of the Pro-Am finals. I can't wait to watch the start. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, I reckon we're going to see a bit of carnage on this start.
Oh, now you've cursed it. For goodness sake.
Yep. Well, I mean, usually when I say that there's no carnage, but now I've said that there's going to be carnage. But now I've said that there's going to be no carnage. But now I've said that there's going to be, you know, you get it.
Park. Love me a water park. That looks exciting.
Looks quite lacking in safety features.
Yes. And that water looks solid. I hope that's not solid water.
Isn't that just ice?
Yes. Exactly right.
Cool. Well, we're getting this formation lap underway. Who do you have your bets on taking the victory tonight? Of course, we have no mandatory pit stops. It's all about the driver's pace.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting start just to see, you know, who maybe conserves a little bit on the start, holds their position rather than trying to attack, make other people make those mistakes first.
I have a feeling the driver that we're looking on with right now, Vladdy Malik, is going to be quite quick around here. Was able to brake fairly late within that BMW, so might be able to cause some trouble for Bechtold early on, but Bechtold is very quick around here on that Porsche.
Yeah, it looks quick, but what car's going to be faster in the race? We don't know. The M4 could be faster, might be more consistent, who knows? We just got to wait and see. Once the race starts running midway through the formation lap now, so still a bit of time. Drivers will start to get their tyres warm, get the brakes warmed up.
It's going to be all about management, this one. Going to take it as if it's an enduro. I mean, really 60 minutes with no pit stops, that's practically a endurance race stint anyways.
Full goated, that's right. 60 minutes of pure racing. No strategy.
Oh my God. No, not again.
Don't show me that smart bulldog. I'm sick of this hideous thing.
Well, we're about to get this race underway. 60 minutes around the Hungaroring for the Octane Online Racing Simrigs Sprint Series for the Pro-Am finals. It is Bechtold from Malik, Kigali, McKellar, Taylor, Chalmers, Viney, Scanlon, McLean, and Johnston, your top 10. We are awaiting the green flag. It should go any second now, and we are underway for this race. Bechtold gets a fairly good launch. Malik still side by side. Kigali looking to go up the inside, make it 3 wide into turn 1. Will he go for the dive? No, he will not. But further back, we're seeing many 3 wide moments, even 4 wide in parts. The drivers are getting through. There's a little bit of sandwiching going on, but everyone has managed to get through turn 1 unscathed. It is still Backtold Malik and no, it's Kigali's gotten ahead of Malik, so nice start there from Kigali. Malik hasn't been able to capitalize, but further back there's a lot of action going on. Drivers are still going there, and there's a car off. That is a Ferrari. I'd say that is Steve Lewis, who's just gone off there at turn 3. Looks like there's a few cars involved, but we're still... Are we still going this race? Looks like we are. Scanlon up the inside of McKellar into the chicane. McKellar brakes very late and holds off the challenge. But it looks like now we are under safety car.
Ooh. Yeah, just those few little incidents there. Just bringing out the safety car. There it is. So, drivers will now slow down. Yes, thank you, race control. Telling you, safety car has been deployed. Drivers will try and keep their tyres warm as possible. They're probably not still up to optimum temp just yet. Some drivers might have gotten there, some not. So we'll wait to see when we're going to go. Oh, even a bit of a rear ending there almost.
It was good mindfulness there from McLean to just move to the right hand side, knowing that it was probably going to be a bit unpredictable to the car behind.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's going to be a case of who's going to make the move first. So Bachtel's controlling the virtual safety car. Even though it says safety car, we're just going to pretend that it's there, you know, because we can see it. So we'll just wait to see. I think we're actually back racing now already.
Here we are.
Wow, that was a quick restart. Back on Charlie, looking on the outside.
Is that Pete Viney that's gone up into P2 there? Oh my, it is. He's gone from P5 to P2. What a restart.
Wow, is that physically possible? What was that?
I mean, there could be a few questions over that, but if that's a legit restart, that is great reactions there from Viney.
Yeah, that was really well played. That's incredible. He's not hanging around. He's going after Bachtel. He smells blood. Let's see. You do a little bit deep though as I say that. I'm just cursing people at this point.
As you do, as the commentator.
Oh yeah, that's our job, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, the M2s have made. Sorry. Yeah.
Words. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're there. No, they're there. Oh, a bit of dirt touching there from on the car. I think that was Fady Malik just giving the dirt a bit of a kiss as he's on the back of Kugali now. So Chris Taylor's just looking. I think this is Pete Chalmers just ahead of him. He's got that bloody bright orange Optimus Prime car of Jake McKellar not too far behind either. Nice close battling so far. Just over 56 minutes to go.
Right, what I was trying to say was the BMW M4s have made their way straight up into the top 5, all 3 of them. So BMW's, even though we've only had, one lap of green racing, they're showing some pace so far. Pete Viney has set the fastest lap of the race and looks to have quite a bit of pace too.
Yeah, it's been a great restart. Pete Viney was taking no chances there, getting past everyone. Kugali reportedly in the wrong gear, so that's not the optimal strategy. As we just see Jesse McLean now looking to outside of McKellar, but McKellar says, "No, I don't think I want you to do that. I think he's going to have to let him pass," and he does for safety. As Scanlon's going to get involved in this as well. Goes around the outside here again, which turns into the inside here, coming to the top of the circuit. Oh, he must have backed out there.
Yeah, he backed out massively. I don't really think he had to there. He looked like he was getting ahead. But anyways, Scanlon will hold on behind. Keller was about to say it was such a good move, but unfortunately he chose to back out of it. But McLean with a really nice move there on McKellar around the outside at turn 2.
Yeah, it's close battling here. Scanlon's just biding his time, planning his head when he's going to do the move, when he can get the better exit. Just going to stick there, put all the pressure on the world on McKellar, which I think he's doing a great job of at the moment. Try and nail the exit here, and he does. McKellar's gone a little bit wide here. He's in a bit of a tough position, is McCulloch, because he's got to attack and defend at the same time. Scanlon's getting close to the back. Let's see what he looks to do. Just stick the nose in, say, hello, I'm here. All the pressure in the world. This is great driving here from Scanlon at the moment. Just doing the right thing, sticking the nose in. Back to fastest lap now, 45.2. Coming down the front straight. Scanlon's going to have the slipstream, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think, coming into turn one. Might stick the nose out, though, and doesn't. I think McCullough's gone deep there. That looked really deep. And there's almost a tapping there as Denali just slips it down the inside of, I believe that's Lee Perkins. Going a little bit wide. Coming down to turn 2 now. Let's see what they can do. John Rad's just sat there watching this come alive. That's Denali on the outside of Perkins once again. Denali's just going to sit there. Perkins has to go wide. Denali hits the bump, but Perkins goes off track. I'm not sure if I would pay that as a move, but anyway, that's the steward's decision, not mine.
Yeah, but I think that was a bit naughty there from Denaldi. That was very, very opportunistic, and I reckon he's going to get a bit of a slap on the wrist for that one.
Yeah, might be a word from the stewards there, but that's okay. Kigali now's all the pressure in the world from Floody Malik now, fighting for the first podium position. There's also Pete Chalmers there stuck in the background. I think that's Chris Taylor there still just eyeing out this battle, seeing whether it's worth getting too involved in this. Let's have a look now. This is lap 1, I believe.
Yes,
this is the incident that we had the yellow flag. Yeah, let's have a look here. Oh, that's a... Oh, he almost had... Oh, no, that's Rochford. Oh, and he's come back on the track because everyone's avoided him. That's good avoidance. That's a really unfortunate incident, though. I think that Aston looks like that's John Rad. Might have just tapped. Not sure which Ferrari that will be.
That is Steve Lewis.
Steve Lewis, yeah.
But yeah, Kigali's under a world of pressure right now. Just got 3 cars behind him, and Malik, Chalmers, and Taylor. So a big battle going on for P3. Viney's just trying to hold on to Bechtold out front, but the Porsche looks very, very strong.
See, this is why we have Pat. He tells me when I'm wrong. It was not John Rad. I don't know who it was then, but it just looked like his car a bit. Oh, good run coming through up into sector 2 now. Bechtold's pulling out a little bit of a lead from these two due to their consistent battling. Chalmers dropping back a little bit because he needs to start defending from Taylor now. Better run from the M4 through there over the curbs. No real shock of Floody Malik's just chucking the nose in there to say, hello, I'm here. It looks around the outside, might get the exit. Kigali's really screwed that exit up, and now Mount's gotten past, and Chalmers may even look here, but he's going to have Chris Taylor right on his rear end. So this is going to be a close battle here. Let's see who blinks first.
You've been double corrected. It was John Rad, but the move itself wasn't radical.
Wow. Good joke, Paddy. I like it. No.
A very vague sort of joke. I like it.
Yeah.
Jokes that require you to think a little bit. I don't mind that.
Oh, no. What's the point in that? Oh, Pete Viney, though. Fastest lap. Let's have a look through top of the hill run. I think this is also lap 1. Oh, there's another tap in the wall. Oh, that's Price, I believe, there in the Nissan. Hold your brakes, Aaron. Oh, wow.
That Nissan incident was completely different there, but yeah, definitely need to hold your brakes when you're rolling backwards. But yeah, Viney just slightly faster there than Bechtold on that last lap. But Malik will be looking to catch up to the both of them.
Yeah, he's not going to take his chances here, Flood Malik. I think he's going to try and pull away as best possible. Oh, Kigali smashes the curb there. That might even be a track limit warning. Yeah, not too many of them. We might see a few of them, I dare say, this evening. Maybe 1 or 2 drive-throughs to check limits. They're actually quite easy to get here. Beyond popular belief is the word I was looking for, not contrary belief. Contrary to belief is the other way of saying it, but you know, we can say it both ways.
Yeah, it is quite easy around here because, yeah, well, given how technical it is, you're pushing to the limit pretty much everywhere. Yeah, you think everywhere's grass, but there's a lot of runoff here where if you go onto it...
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, and now that's opened the door possibly for Chalmers up the inside. No, Chalmers thinks better of it.
Oh, he could have just stuck his nose there. That might have caused Kigali to maybe have a bit of a moment there. Oh, goes deep. Does Chalmers, just trying to put the pressure on Kigali now as Fuddy Mallet's going to get away with this battling. Chris Taylor is going to try and put all the pressure in the world on Chalmers. Goes for a different approach there, is looking to nail the exit, touches the curb a bit, so going to have a bit of wheel spin. Does go that a little bit wide. Fuddy Mallet's taking fastest lap, so he's not hanging around 44.6 now.
Yeah, he's looking to run away from Kigali, Chalmers and Taylor and really chase after the leading duo as Scanlon has a look up the inside of McKellar. That would have been a very bold move. Now he's got a slightly better run on the exit of turn 1. Will he ever go up the inside of turn 2? No, he's too far back. He's looking quick, is Scanlon. He just needs to execute the move now.
Yeah, he couldn't quite execute it properly. Still going to keep going though. Let's have a look. This is... I'm not sure what this is actually.
This is the restart.
Restart.
Oh, wow.
That was...
Yeah, no.
Not sure how I feel about that.
No, I think that was legit.
Yeah, I think he's played his cards right. Everyone was just completely caught out by the slow acceleration from Bachtold there. I'm sure the stewards will still have a look to make sure that is legitimate, but...
was it Bachtold that was slow, or was it Kigali's wrong gear that sort of slowed those two behind?
All of the above. It could be all of the above, who knows?
Ah, they were going at the wrong line.
Ah, I see.
So people just weren't fully aware of the restart procedure, but Viney capitalized. So too did Chalmers behind, who gained a few positions in that as well. Oh, look at how loose Denaldi is.
Rocket to the moon. Yeah, blast to the moon. Watch Pete Viney. I definitely agree with that. Still sticking there, P2. Thuddy Mallet's going to try and close that gap now as Shane McCaws for Alliance Motorsports just stuck on the back of Williamson at the moment. Our top AM driver, wildcard driver, in fact. There's a couple of them. You can see Stockton there, P17. Stimpson there, P19. So they're really giving their pro-ams a run for their money. I smell some promotions incoming.
Well, I think if these drivers have made it to the Pro-Am finals in the first place, they should be promoted.
Oh, look at that. Just the vigorousness of that bump. That could really throw some cars off if you're not careful.
Certainly, there's a few curbs around here that can really throw you off course. Currently on board with Scarney in the 195 Lexus's Dickinson picks up 10 seconds for Corsi collision on lap 1. So hard to get that chicane right. You either take too much curb or you're not aggressive enough on the curb.
How about both?
Well, I mean, you can do that.
Yeah, you can try, but I don't really think that's possible. So we see Denaldi now just trying to hunt down Perkins here, and that's Scarney just in the background lurking for maybe a battle here.
I reckon it would be possible if you take one half the chicane with not enough curb and the other half with too much curb, trying to counteract it.
Oh no, bad news from the broadcasting room. Mull's just blown up his stream deck and wasted milk. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
This is a bad night in the Mullock household. This is very bad.
Yep. HQ in Tasmania is in a bit of disrepair at the moment.
The only thing worse would also be having a pizza with pineapple on it. It's the only thing worse.
But
wow, Jesus. Really on the brakes. Yep, game over. See you later.
Yeah.
Yep, that's game over. Oh, that was Bendai there just trying to go to the outside. I think of Withers, in fact. As Dickinson's watching on from this. He's got that 10-second penalty. Rad's got a 15. Steve Lewis has also got a 15.
few drivers, just picking up some penalties here and there now. But it's a shame that we've lost something so important, that is, of course, the milk. Shame we lost Stream Deck too, but I think the milk's more important. As Dickinson, that is very bold. For a minute, I had my heart in my mouth watching that.
Did you rip it out of your chest and start biting it?
Yes. As Mike Dinaldi has picked up a 15-second penalty for that collision on lap 3. I think that's pretty fair. Bit of an aggressive move from Dinaldi, just a bit too opportunistic. And he's ultimately paid the price as Bendite out in front of Dickinson. Now hunting out the Withers as Dickinson is getting very late on the brakes. He's got to wind back those braking points.
Yeah, let's bring them back, touch those brakes. He wants to make that time up, but he's going to lose it on the exit now. As we look to the back of Chris Withers, look at this pack of cars coming. We've got Bendite there, Dickinson's there, Sean Muller's also there, Rochford's not too far behind him either.
Yeah, Withers just doesn't quite have the outright pace. Bendike is looking very quick in that McLaren. Is he going to have a go at the inside? He's going to have a dive. And he's got it stopped and got the move done. Now, here comes Dickinson, gets very close now. Will Dickinson use his ultra late braking here to go around the outside of Withers? No, he can't get around the outside there. Still great move there from Bendike in the end. Oh, there goes Withers! Straight into the wall, I think. Or, yeah, that looks like it's gotten a bit of damage. Just a little bit of damage. Take a look now. He just gets a snap of oversteer on that curb and corrects it, and straight into the scene of the accident. That is a huge collision. Back with our leader, Stefan Bachtold, who is now 2 seconds up on Viney. Look at Malik. Malik's now 7/10 back from Viney, and Chalmers What's happened to Kigali? Kigali's dropped down to P11.
In the wall?
Possibly. But Kigali's really dropped off here. Because everyone from Chalmers down to Williamson have now gotten ahead of him. What has happened to our Pro-Am Championship leader? Well.
Yeah, that's interesting development.
Very. Meanwhile, this battle for P6 rages on with McLean holding on against McKellar and Scanlon with about 41 minutes to go in this race. So, thank you, John, for the Stream Deck fund with the 2,500 baht. It is greatly appreciated. We thank you very much. I'm sure
I need to do a translation to Australian dollars. That hurts my brain.
Yeah, I think it's like it's division of some kind.
If that's Thai, is that Thai baht?
Yes, Thai baht.
Yes. 110. There you go.
Wow, $110. Thank you very much, John. That is
about 100.
very generous.
JP's correcting me. Very generous, yes. Let's
But
see what
here's
happens
what
to
happened.
Gali.
Oh, he got on the curb there at the chicane. Did he keep it out of the wall? Yes, he did. Oh, he gets close again.
I think the only thing in the wall there is his confidence after that one.
As here comes McKellar around the outside, can't get it. Now here comes Scanlon up the inside.
Well done.
Yeah, this good capitalization there from Scanlon. But
Well,
McKellar's still there.
McKellar.
McKellar might go for it. No,
No, well
Scanlon breaks very late, but has he broken too late? McKellar's gonna have a go up the inside.
No, hit the curb. No.
So Scanlon has got the move done, but McKellar's coming back. Is he going to go around the outside at turn 4? You'd be bold to get it done. Backs out of it, rightfully so. So Scanlon finally gets ahead.
Yeah, he's been waiting for that one for a while, just scheming, going, when am I going to get past? He finally gets past. Now, next on his hit list is Jesse McLean now, who's 4.5 seconds off Chris Taylor, who's still on the back of Chalmers. Floody Malik's really making his way up to Pete Viney now. And there must have been a mistake from Bachtold, because I just saw that gap from Viney drop down, from Viney to Bachtold drop down from 2 and a bit seconds, so there must be a bit of a mistake there from Bachtold. So that's going to really help Floody Malik now, and a little bit deep there from what I saw in the corner of the camera there. Pete Viney in his tic-tac livery. It's a very nice livery.
Stunner of a livery. Yeah, it's a nice battle brewing now for P1 with Malik just dropping back slightly, but yeah, Viney really capitalizing on some pace now and is going to have a real opportunity at Bachtold. But he is what happened to Bachtold. Is he just going to make a slight error? Oh, that's a lot of curb. That is a lot of curb there at turn 4. And he holds on to his lead, but now Viney is right there to capitalize.
Yeah, Bachtold will be kicking himself after that one. Pete Viney's just going, yes, closer to the win I am. Still 38 minutes to go though, so plenty of time for, say, Pete Viney or Bachtold to make that gap up again. He has, Viney's really pushing that car to its limits.
Oh, again with the $50 for the Stream Deck fund. That is...
I was going to say, it's a grandson. That's the nice thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice there from Jan. Thank you, Jan.
Oh, wow,
look at that. Wee,
how much
that's,
curve was that?
Yeah, a bit too much curve, I reckon. In fact, I don't even think he was on the curb at all there. I reckon it was just all grass.
Yeah, I think there was more grass than tarmac there. Has Viney claimed no OR winners yet? Ooh, that's going to be a question better answered by someone who has higher knowledge. Bender, where are you?
Yeah, we need the Bender facts.
If my memory serves me correct, I believe the answer is no. I think he's had some P2s. I don't think he's had a win.
Would the Kovacs boys have any idea? Oh, look! The Stream Deck fund is growing ever more. Rob Will with $50. Thank you very much, Rob.
And Floody Mallet got so excited by that donation, he went deep into turn 1.
Yes.
Should be a Muppet more often? Yeah. Well, maybe just keep you and your milk, calm, and you'll be fine. As McKellar's looking back on Scanlon now. He's going to get anything done here. Maybe just we'll try and put the pressure on Scanlon, make him make the mistake under pressure.
Scanlon, meanwhile, is really looking at attacking the back of Jesse McLean. But to prevent such events from happening in the future, we almost need to get Mole one of those sippy cups that you can close.
And a bib. Does he need one of those?
Possibly.
Yeah, there we go. Here we go. There's a poll just come up. Who takes the win here at Hungary? Stefan Bachtold, Viney, Malik, or someone else? Ooh.
If anyone says someone else, I'd be interested to see who they think.
Yeah, who would that be?
I mean, I guess there is still more than halfway to go. Anything could happen in this race.
No, JP, you can't get donations because you spilt your dinner. That's just going to have you an angry wife more than anything.
Especially if you choose to drop a pee on the table.
Ooh, car's getting a little bit wide through the final corner. Probably trying to prioritise the exit a little bit more than necessary at this point. Just try and keep those tyres in check. We're almost halfway through the race now. Track is optimum in comparison to the start of the race where it was fast. Pete Viney still holds the fastest lap, 1 second behind Bachtold. Then Floody Malik's 3 tenths behind as McKellar. I don't know where the apex was that he was looking for there. Must be in the crowd somewhere.
2 secs. It looks like Scanlon's getting very, very close to the rear end of McLean. McLean's just starting to run deep at a few corners. But it is very tight racing between these two. Scanlon is looking very racy. He wants to get as close as he can to the fight for P4 with Chalmers and Taylor. Of course, the gap right now is about 5 seconds. McLean's holding on really well. We have a yellow flag that looks to be car 33, which is Lee Perkins. So Lee Perkins has had it off at turn 3. Is now rejoining the track in what looks to be P19. As look at the battle out front. Backtold, Viney, Malik, all running line astern. This is going to go right to the end of this race with 33 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Anyone can win this race. As Taylor now is getting extra racy with Pete Chalmers. He wants to catch up to these guys. He knows they are fighting for their lives out front.
As we see now, battle of 3. Scanlon behind McLean, who's got McKellar behind him. McKellar's trying to chuck that pressure on, but so is Scanlon. Let's just see what he does. He's going to have the slipstream. Is he going to have enough for a dive into turn 1? McLean seems to think so. I tend to agree. He's going to go to the outside. McLean's going to have to defend the inside. May he grab his breaking point, and does. Scanlon looks for a switchback, gives him a bit of a touch up there. Nothing major though. Coming down into turn 2 now. Let's see what Scanlon can do. Later on the brakes. Ooh, it scares him a little bit. Oh, almost gave him a quick touch, but did the right thing. Jumped off the accelerator, so no collisions occurred. This is good for McKellar now, because it's just letting him know that, okay, they're going to fight. Maybe I can capitalise from this if there's a mistake. No mistakes. He's the one who's made a mistake sliding through turn 4 there. That actually might be turn 5, but I'm not sure why.
Turn 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. Who knows?
But yes, McLean's defending really well. In fact, McKellar's mistake has now dropped him behind Johnston. So Johnston now up in a P8. Let's see that white McLaren just looming.
Just checking the background, looking at the early battle going on here between Scanlon and McLean. Once again, McLean's 5.5 off Taylor, who's less than 2 tenths off Chalmers now, who is 8 seconds off that podium battle for the win.
So McKellar's even dropped behind Kigali there, so big mistake at turn 4 for McKellar, and he's dropped all the way down to P10. But McLean looks to have a bit more of a gap this time over Scanlon, so won't need to defend as hard.
No, definitely no defending will be required here from McLean unless Scanlon's looking late on the brakes.
That is very deep from McLean. So Scanlon up the inside is turned to the outside line at turn 2, which is the optimal line. Can McLean hold up the inside of Simon Scanlon? It's going to be very tight. They make a little bit of contact, but they're going to continue side by side. But McLean just holds on, but he runs off the track. But holds the position. Ooh.
That was a little bit touch and go there for both drivers. I think Scanlon thought he had that one done after turn 1. If he did just touch his brakes a little bit earlier, I think Scanlon may have followed McLean there into turn 1 on the late braking point. And McLean just chucked it up the inside of Scanlon. Saw that. Only just a tiny sort of gap there. And then pushed Scanlon out wide. That's a good strategy. Whether Scanlon saw it in the same light, probably not. But that's Chris Taylor very wide there. That's going to be a warning. Might even be close to a couple of drive-throughs for some drivers here if they're not careful with the track limits.
Yeah, we are now halfway through this race, so if you've already accumulated 3 track limits warnings, you are certainly screwed, as Scanlon tries to go around the outside of the second last corner. There's Johnston, and he can't quite save it.
Yeah, It's really unfortunate. Back to hold 44.4 there. Really starting to put the hammer down now. 1.1 seconds ahead of Viney, who's got Floody Malik not too far behind. Almost a 10-second gap to P4. So they're really starting to pull out that gap as we see Scanlon. He's still on the back of McLean. Kagali's making his way back up from that little incident he had earlier. Oh my goodness, that's very early on the brakes there from McLean, and Scanlon was actually trying to get on the brakes a bit later than him to catch up. A little bit of a knock-on effect there, almost put McLean in a bit of a spin, but he's done well to keep it going. As McLean will look to try and keep Scanlon as far as possible. McKellar's there, not too far off, trying to chase down Kigali. Johnson wants to make up that time they lost with that little bit of a Dorifto down the second last corner.
A Dorito?
Dorifto is what I said.
Yes.
I mean, it can be a Dorito if you want it to be.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm not a Dorito person myself. I don't know how many people will dislike me for saying that, but yeah.
Each to their own.
Ooh, oh, bonnet cam. Who uses this cam? Oh, it's not raining, so we can't slander it. Yeah, well, you learnt, didn't you?
Well, I mean, once you get a simulator, you sort of change as a person.
Yeah, there is that part too. We're seeing a really good close-up battle. This is the only time I'd like to use bonnet cam. Scanlon, oh, has gone deep, just trying to put the nose down the inside of McLean, who cuts that one off fairly quickly. Saw that one coming from Scanlon. He looks to try and get the exit. They're both as bad on exit as each other, these two cars. The Ferrari with its just mere acceleration and turbo lag on the Aston's not going to help. Bonnet cam, best cam. Nah, sorry, JP, I can't agree with you there.
I mean, you are central with the car, so you do get equal angle on all sides, but you sort of get used to what you get used to. I mean, for the longest time I couldn't do anything other than bonnet cam. Now I can't do anything other than cockpit cam.
Yeah.
The only time I'll use bonnet cam for anything is if I'm using a controller.
You don't use controllers anymore. That's what Simrigs are for.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Gran Turismo exists, and I don't have.
Well, that's
a
true.
wheel.
Oh, my claws. Just trying to chop it down the inside or get close to Williamson if possible. Williamson and McClaws have been battling for a fair chunk of this race now. We're over halfway. Just about 27 minutes left, so just see maybe some drivers might start to drop off with time due to a tyre drop off. But of course, the lower fuel load means going to be less pressure on the tyres, meaning less wear over this next coming part of the race. Maybe some people might have overfueled a little bit just in case they thought they might run out of fuel, which may have a knock-on effect. So many things at play here, I don't even know what else to say.
Well, you'd hope no driver is underfueled by any stretch of the imagination, because you've never really lost a race by overfueling. You've definitely lost a race from underfueling.
Oh, absolutely.
The heavy oil flag, and Muller's back into the pit lane, so Muller's had a sizable incident somewhere. Meanwhile, back told 2.4 seconds. Malik needs to get a move done here. He's going to have a look around up the inside. Viney has to defend. Malik's getting extra racy now. He wants to get a move done. He wants to get up to Bechtold and fight for this lead. I reckon Viney's tyres are just starting to fall off a bit.
Yeah, I think Viney's just maybe...
Oh, 2 seconds. There's Scanlon trying for a move on McLean. Can't get it done. Has to run off the track. Now Kigali is right there. Will Kigali go for a move? Holds off for now. Scanlon goes very late. Scanlon is really starting to get quite aggressive behind McLean and get a move done as soon as he possibly can. He has been behind that Aston Martin for what feels like 20 minutes now.
Yeah, Scanlon's probably going to start to get a little bit impatient, trying to... Oh, there we go. He's been rewarded for his patience. McLean's not going to hold this one off, though. They're going to side-by-side through the chicane, through the middle sector. Scanlon much later on the brakes, but he's going to hit the... Yeah, I was going to say he's going to hit too much that second chicane.
Kigali at the inside.
Oh, that's a tap. There's a contact. Oh, that's both of them in the wall. McKellar just being nice and cautious there. Really good to see. Kigali's rejoined well. Might be Stewart's looking into that one. Nothing too major there. Kigali, I don't think quite had it up the inside there, but that's the stewards have decided if there's a penalty there. We're back racing now. McLean will be breathing a sigh of relief for now that there's a bit of time between him and the cars behind. We see a 3-car battle there just at the back there. Johnson, Williamson and McClaws as well. Chris Taylor looking up the inside of Pete Chalmers. He's going to get the slipstream coming down into turn 1. Who's going to have the better brakes? I think Chalmers is going to have to go to the inside. You'd think the BMW...
Oh, but Taylor's going to have a go up the inside. There's barely any room for him.
Yeah, that was close to possibly being put sideways on the track from Chalmers if he didn't give any more room. It's fair enough to try and cut him off, stop the move from happening. Chalmers now still trying to keep Chris Taylor behind. Taylor's having none of it. They've got a good little gap there to McLean, 8.5 seconds. I'll read eventually. It's a good gap there for Chris Taylor to take advantage of to try and attack on Chalmers there. Not in the highest of hopes at the moment of making up that 10.5 second gap to the podium positions, but points are key in this 3-round championship.
Oh, certainly. But out front, Bechtold has built up a very nice gap. 3.5 seconds. His pace has just taken off in this second half of the race.
Yeah, he's having absolutely none of it. He wants that win. He desperately wants that win still as fast as lap. Chris Taylor's doing everything he can with Chalmers here. Chalmers is still having none of it. Tries to come through now. Fast right-hander. Taylor still keeps it within track limits. He's gone off a few times there, so wouldn't be surprised if there's a warning or two there. Sticking the nose in on Chalmers just to let him know he's there. Bad exit there. Second to last corner now. How's Chalmers going to approach this? By missing the apex completely is how he's going to approach it. That's okay. Chris Taylor looks to the outside. Might try and prioritise the exit if possible to get that run down onto the straight with a slipstream into turn 1. Lay on the brakes, get the move done, but probably none of what I just said is about to happen.
Going to sit in the slipstream again. And is he going to try the exact same thing, or is he going to go to the outside? He's going to go to the outside this time. Who breaks later? Is it Chalmers? Is it Taylor? They get very, very tight. Chalmers holds on for now. So Taylor will have to go again. Chalmers is defending brilliantly. Now looking back to McLean and Scanlon once more.
Jesus, 4-car battle. That's incredible.
Yes, super tight. McLean's driving excellently. He's putting his car in the right positions, driving a really smart race. Helps when you're not having to do too many rejoins.
Yeah, that doesn't help Scanlon. 6 around the outside. Kigali's having none of it, trying to stick the nose on the inside of Scanlon and say, nah, having none of that. Coming through the middle chicane now, Kigali's going to have the better car for this. Well, actually goes a little deep. Scanlon's going to get the exit there. Turbo low from Yassin's not going to help. Lambo in the back row. McCullough's just sticking with this battle to see maybe if he can take advantage of any mistakes or potential incidents as Kigali goes for a new line that we haven't seen yet in the race.
Yeah, Scanlon's looking quick again. Is he going to have a go? No, backs out of it. Oh, Kigali super late on the brakes. So thought there was going to be a little bit of contact there, but Scanlon wants to get something done. He's moving all over the track just to get into the mirrors of Jesse McLean. Really say that I am going to get to you eventually. But still, this is great driving from McLean.
Yeah, really good driving. It's going to be some amount of slipstream here. Kigali's going to be loving this. Might look, stick the nose out to Scan and say, yo, I'm here. Ooh, doesn't get done though. Just trying to put the pressure on Scanlon. Got a good exit there from McLean coming down turn 2. McLean's going to have to defend. Might stick to the outside though. Spidey is going to look to the inside. Can't get it done though. McLean's cleaned that one up nicely. As it comes through now. Turn 3, 4, whatever you want to call it, 3.5, who knows. Coming up to top part of the circuit. Kigali's sitting in the back nicely. Gets a fair bump there from the inside curb. Can look to the outside now in his Aston. Scanlon's looking right into the rear end of McLean now. Tries to... Oh, that's a bad run through there for Scanlon. Maybe Kigali got the run's going to be right on the end now. Spidey's in a tough situation. He needs to attack and defend at the same time. He knows he's got the pace on McLean, but McLean's not letting him have any of it at the moment.
Yeah, McLean's just been able to frustrate the Ferrari of Scanlon. And has been able to just force a few mistakes out of Spidey. McLean just driving a very clean race. He has had a few mistakes himself, but he's been able to allow them to happen without losing the positions. But Kigali will be wanting to get past these two very, very quickly to try and eke out some points that he's lost.
Whoa!
That was very wide from Scanlon. I don't think he'll be allowed to make a move into turn 1 because of that. But that might open the door for Kigali, who's having a look up the inside. He's broken quite late, but can't get anything done.
Ooh,
oh, look at the run from Scanlon, but McLean...
What happened there?
McLean did not get a very good run out of turn 2, but just happened to hold the outside as Scanlon tries around the outside at turn 2. Can't get it done, so McLean holding on for dear life. Scanlon runs slightly wide. Now here comes Kigali. Is he going to have to go on the turn 4? No, he holds behind. But this battle is turning up to crazy levels as Kigali just runs slightly wide. Oh, look at how tight these drivers are.
Yeah, Scanlon will be in a world of pain at the moment trying to attack, but needs to defend from Kigali further. Goes a little bit deep through the first part of the S's, but might get the better run in comparison to McLean on the exit. Doesn't quite get what he was expecting. Short shifting there into third to try and keep the car in check. Coming through fast right-hander now down to the third to last corner. Tight right-hander. What can Scanlon do under brakes? Can he close that gap? Yes, he can. But has he gone too deep? No, he's pulled it up absolutely beautifully. Really closing that gap now. Kigali's also following him. McCall's following Kigali.
2 seconds, we have a double yellow up ahead. Who is this double yellow for? Looks to be for Luke Marvel, who has got a lot of damage. But
not an ideal situation.
Scanlon is right there. McLean is going to have to defend for all his life now. But what? Kigali's gone. McKellar and Johnston are nowhere now.
Huh?
What?
Why? Did he disconnect?
No, Kigali's down to P14. What's happened to him? He must have had a big accident.
What?
A one?
Righto then, cool, okay.
Well, that's put a lot of pressure off Scanlon, but he's still running off the track. So, he's got to be careful of that. He does not want to pick up a drive-through at all.
No drive-through is the plan for the drivers here. If Kagai's had another moment, it's really unfortunate. Scanlon's going to possibly look to the inside here, but McLean's going to have absolutely none of it. Went a touch late on the brakes, but pulled it up nicely. Oh, looks like he hit ignition. I really hope he hasn't hit ignition.
Oh no, surely not. That is a terrible way to go out. Down to P15 now, so things have gone terribly for Kigali in this championship hunt.
Scanlon's just lost it. Let's see.
Yeah,
no, that's ignition. That's definitely ignition. And he'll have to stop the car to get that started again. Ooh dear.
Of course, he had to wait until he got around that final corner.
And he's moving again. Yeah, that's really unfortunate there for Kigali. I don't know how he's managed to hit the ignition, but I think he'll be changing his button after this evening.
Meanwhile, Malik's been able to get ahead of Viney out front, so Malik up into P2. He's got 5.6 seconds to back Tolders. McLean runs quite deep. Can Scanlon get a nice run? McLean still somehow holds on. But
this is great. Oh, Scanlon though. I think it's getting a bit impatient. This is really good stuff. As we see McLean just having absolutely none of it. McKellar there might try get back in on this if he can. It's Johnson sat in the background. Let's have a look what Malik did on Viney. P2, maybe Viney's gone deep if it's coming down to turn 2. Maybe there's a moment. Oh, Viney's gone for a spin. Oh, my goodness me.
Just the tiniest bit of contact between the two. McKellar's been able to catch right back up. This battle for P6 is going to stretch all the way down to P13 in a minute.
Jesus. Someone wants to get a move on if they don't want to lose out more than they're hoping for. I'll tell you that.
This is... Look at that train of cars!
Wow.
This is insane stuff. Oh, Scanlon had a run but couldn't do anything with it.
Oh, hello.
McLean's just pointing the cars in all the right spots at the moment. But now that's put Scanlon under a bit of pressure from McKellar. But all that's going to do is that's going to bring the likes of Johnston, Williamson.
Oh, hold on. That's Chalmers.
That is Chalmers. Chalmers has lost position. So McLean's now into the top 5. So we have a train of Jesse McLean, Simon Scanlon, Nate McKellar, Chalmers, Johnston, Williamson, McClaws, Scardy, Kidman. What is going on?
Here we go. McKellar now. Scanlon going to look to the inside. McKellar on Scanlon. I agree with what race control said. Oh no, there's going to be a tap and McKellar's round. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Not what you want to see after that.
I reckon that was a bit self-inflicted as well.
Yeah, that was really unlucky. McKellar saw the opportunity and he took it, just couldn't quite get it how we wanted now. Williamson at the moment just behind Johnson, who's behind Chalmers. I'd be interested to see what happened to Chalmers May. Got a bit of a tap from Chris Taylor, possibly. I'm not too sure. We might have to catch up on that one in a few minutes' time as we look into this battle. Eric Scarney's trying to get in on this. Even Kidman's trying to jump in on this, and then Paul Kagali's stuck back. McKellar's really far back now, down in P19 at least. You don't like to see that.
No.
And McKellar's in the pits. I think McKellar had another incident.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. But, Malik has not been able to stretch his margin over Viney. Viney is still there and is looking to retake that P2 position. Has a look up the inside, just shows Malik that he's there. But Malik is mature. He will not fold as easily as that. I think back told out front, unless something absolutely dramatic happens, he should take the win in this race with 11 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Look at how close Scanlon is now.
He's got to look to it.
If McLean holds on for this top 5, undoubtedly
deserved. Oh, hang on. And I think Scanlon might finally... Hang on, we've seen this before. I'm not going to say anything further. McLean's going to try hold the inside down to turn 2. Deep on the brakes. They've had a touch here before. Pushes Scanlon wide. That's really close racing. Scanlon has to back out. McLean still holds onto the position. Now Williamson side by side with Johnson and Am going forward. Really done well there. That's McClaws there. Getting to the outside of Johnson as well. So a couple of mistakes there for Johnson. Eric Scarney's even going to get involved in this in P11.
Oh, there goes Johnson.
Oh, that's Johnston in the wall. Oh, that was really good avoidance there from Scarney just to see that one coming. I was expecting a snap back onto the track, but he did well to not do that and put it in the wall instead. But
yeah, the battle between McLean and Scanlon is now McLean, Scanlon, Chalmers, with Williamson, McCaws, and Scarney all approaching, with Kidman very close behind as well.
This might be a race for the Pro Am Final ages. This is incredible. I don't think I've seen a Pro Am Finals race like this for a very long time.
I don't think I've seen a Hungary race like this for a long time, as that is Stockton around. But McLean is holding on for dear life. This is a great defensive drive.
Yeah, just placing the car in the correct spots, chucking around the middle of the track so that Spidey can't fit the Ferrari on either side. The Ferrari is, as you can see, a lot smaller of a car in comparison to the Aston. That'll change when the new Ferrari comes in, because that thing is, well, let's just say, huge in comparison to the 488s, and we won't see that one come in. Scanlon's going to look chuck his nose in there, maybe even laid on the brakes just to put the pressure on, but McLean is having absolutely none of it. Now Chalmers is going to get involved, so Spidey's going to have to defend further. So we just see Williamson, the back's pulling away a little bit from McClaws now. Might try to look and get in on this battle if there's any potential incidents lurking around.
Wow, this is going to be incredible battle to watch through to the end. We still have 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Everyone is getting condensed behind JC McLean. We have Scanlon, who is eager to get a move on. He's been trying absolutely everything. McLean's absorbed the pressure like a sponge out there.
Oh, Chalmers late on the brakes there coming into the chicane through Sector 2. Didn't quite get it pulled up in time. His mate and teammate, in fact, I believe, P. Viney's still holding on for P3 at the moment. Chris Taylor there's still a fair long way off, so he's going to try and hold off in his little bubble there for P4 as we're on board with this battle still for the final top 5 position. Scanlon's going to look for it, but he's only got under 9 minutes to go, 8 minutes, almost 30 in fact, so he's not got too many laps left to get this one done. McLean's just going to hold that Aston as best as possible. Chalmers is going to put all the pressure in the world on Scanlon. Williamson's not too off Chalmers either, so Scanlon will be praying that Williamson hurries up and gets up to Chalmers so they can battle it out and let him scamper away with McLean to try and get that top 5 position.
Here comes Scanlon again. Gets a little bit of a slipstream. He's not as close as he has been, but he's still going to go for a move. He's going to have a look up the inside, turns to the outside as McLean defends the inside. Now it's going to be a switchback up to turn 2. Here we go again. Scanlon going around the outside at turn 2. McLean trying to hold up the inside. They break as late as they can. A little bit of contact and McLean still holds on.
Wow, stop go 20 there for John Stockton for an unsafe rejoin. Might have to take a look at that one if we can get time to look away from this battle, but I don't think that's going to happen. Scanlon now is looking to the back of that Aston. He'll be able to recite all the lines and that goes wide.
Scanlon's gone very wide. Will that invite Chalmers? But look at this battle now. 5 cars if you don't mind. In fact, there's, 7 cars in this battle actually.
Oh, who knows? There's just so many. That's Williamson there, McClaws, Scarney. Kidman's a fair long way behind now, although he might be in there according to the Delta, but I'm not too sure.
I reckon Kidman's made a mistake somewhere. I reckon Kidman's
possibly. He's really dropped off, 5:35, he's dropped a long way back now, so a big mistake there for him. It's McLean now still trying to hold on from Scanlon. Scanlon's not going to have any of it if he'll let him have it. Look to the inside, stick the nose in, pressure, and still none. Through the third to last corner, gets the better exit, and McLean's just going to chuck the car to the perfect position. Scanlon's going to look for the switchback. Chalmers is just going to stick the nose in there on Scanlon. They can't get enough of this at the moment. That's Williamson there trying to get up to Chalmers if he can. Let's see what happens next. Onto the straight they go. Good exit from McLean. Scanlon's not going to have enough, I don't think. Chalmers might have enough either. There's so much slipstream going on. McClaws is not going to have enough. Williamson's not going to have enough. Scanlon's going to look to the outside. Can he get maybe a switchback done here? Chalmers is having none of it. Oh, a bit of a tap there maybe on McLean from Scanlon coming down turn 2 now. Who's going to get this one done? We're not sure yet. Chalmers is looking for the mistake maybe from Scanlon or McLean to get through for that top 5 position. It's going to take a lot of effort though. Scanlon has expended, I can't imagine how much of those tyres are getting past. Scarney's got a great view of this from the back of this car, this pack of 5 cars now. This is incredible stuff coming up through to the top of the track. Everyone's got it through so far. Williamson's now back on the rear end of that M4 of Chalmers. Scanlon's giving that touch up, that Aston a real touch up there. Inside goes McClaws on. Williamson's going to get this one potentially done. Williamson says no. Taps McClaws. Scarney has to back out. That's going to lose him some time. McClaws going to push through with that one now. Williamson will not be too happy, but he's still leading the M class. It's part of the wild cards here. McLean now still coming through this middle sector. Scanlon's having absolutely none of it. He's going to go potentially wide. Keeps it on track. Still not going to get this one done.
But look at Chalmers now. Chalmers showing his car in the mirrors, but loses a lot of time there. But look at how close Scanlon is again to the back of McLean. Tries to go again around the outside of second last corner. McLean is doing everything he can to just hold on to that top 5. This top 5 would mean so much to him. Oh, he does not get a very good exit. Scanlon gets a beautiful exit out of that final corner. But the slipstream, how effective will it be? The Aston will have well and truly used its tyres up now defending. Scanlon, will he go? He's going to go around the outside. He's going to have to hold it, but McLean holds on for now. But look at McClaws hunting down Chalmers now. Will Chalmers be under attack now from McClaws? McClaws is looking very pacey late on this race. We have 4 minutes to go. Who comes out on top in this battle?
Yeah, some absolutely brilliant driving here from these 5 cars. Wilson's dropped back a little bit now after that tap with McClaws. Chalmers is having none of it. He's going to have to start defending from McClaws if he's not careful. Scanlon finally chucks it up the inside, and he's finally going to get this one done on McLean. We don't know. I think he's just pulled it up, but McLean's having none of it. McLean's going to get the better exit out of here if Scanlon doesn't. Scanlon, I think, finally pulled this one off after, I dare say, 40 minutes or more. McLean's made that mistake. Finally cracked under that pressure. McClaws tries to stick to the inside of Chalmers. Chalmers is still having absolutely none of it coming through this middle sector. Who's going to have the run through the fast right-hander here? Scanlon is going to try and scamper away now if possible. McClaws goes wide. Drive through from McLean now. It's just gone from bad to worse for him. That'll be for track limits. He will not be happy there. Dinkinson, 15-second time penalty for a collision on lap 30. Haven't had too many of those this race, which is really good to see.
Hold on. We've had a disconnect. That is out front.
Oh, that's Viney.
Yeah, Viney's disconnected.
Dear.
So Taylor is now onto the podium. Oh, that is so unfortunate for Pete Viney. But either way, what a move from Simon Scanlon. Holy hell, that is outstanding. Now, here comes Shane McClaws. We have round 2, folks. This is now Chalmers, McClaws. Scarney's in there in P8. Scarney's having a fantastic race now. And these drivers are going to move up a few positions because of McLean's drive-through penalty. Wow, this is unbelievable stuff at Hungary. This has been possibly the greatest battle in OR history. And who would have thought we'd have it at Hungary?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable stuff. Hats off to the Pro-Am guys. This is incredible.
Yeah, this is insane stuff. I don't think we've seen anything like this for a very long time now. McClaw's still on the back of Chalmers, having none of it. McLean's got to serve his drive through, or maybe he might try and take it to the end and take the time penalty. Depends on how he's feeling. Scarney now in the good points position. Williamson there just a little bit far off, almost a second now. Let's see what happened again with this move from Scanlon. McLean went fine, went a little bit deep. Spidey planned that one, almost perfectly touched the grass a little bit and got it done. Let's have a look at that again from the point of view of Scanlon in the cockpit. Went deep, carried a lot of speed. That's insane, the amount of speed he carried there. That is almost illegal, I swear. He's done that absolutely perfectly.
That is a stunning move. There's now a little bit of contact there with Jesse McLean and Shane McClaws. And now here comes Scarney up the inside with the Lexus straight line speed. He's going to get the 2 of them and move up into P6. Eric Scarney. What a drive.
Wow. Oh, McClaws is going to follow through too as well. Let's see what can be done here. McClaws, little bit of a incident there, trying to catch down Chalmers. Oh, goes around the outside of McLean, in fact, and has done well there. I thought there might have been a bit of a touch there, but done very well indeed. Scarney now has jumped it up all the way into P6. Really good effort from him. McLean's going to not bother serving this drive-through penalty. So we see now Scanlon's got a massive lead already on Chalmers after that little battle with McLean. I believe Bachtold's going to come around with one more lap to go. Let's see, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more lap to go.
Oh, yeah, he just crossed the line. Wow. That's ballsy.
That is Floody Malik 4.5 seconds behind Chris Taylor. He's been promoted to P3 after that really unfortunate disconnect from Pete Viney, who's in chat saying FFS, sad face. That's really unfortunate there, Pete. We were completely shocked. We didn't even see it till late to see John Stockton still hasn't served his stop-go 20 as of yet, so he have to serve that this lap, I believe.
Yeah, he has to serve it now. I
Yeah,
think,
and he's going
yeah,
to, yeah.
But the clause is really pushing on Scarney now. Now it's Scarney's turn to hold on. Can McClaws claw his way ahead of Eric Scarney? Or will Eric Scarney defend with all of his might to maintain P6?
Wow.
Either way, what a race we've had.
What a brilliant race. Unfortunately, McLean's had to serve that penalty, as that would have been the third lap up. Had Bechtold held off, he wouldn't have had to have served that one in the pits. Oh, Scarney's gone for a slide. That might lose him P6 if he's not careful. McClaws is going to look to the outside, might look for the switchback run up to turn 4. He's had a bit of an incident with the suspension. That really unfortunate curb now. Scanlon's got a 20-second gap to P3, so he's in a comfortable position, 3 seconds ahead of Chalmers. He's not too far ahead of Scarney now, who had a bit of a slide there. McClaws has got this final lap, as we see Stefan Bechtold coming around the final corner now on the map. He's had a dominant performance this whole race, and it's going to come round for P1 here, taking the win at Hungary for round 2 of the Pro-Am Finals. What a race. Flash of lights, absolutely deserved. What a race. Floody Malik here, P2. Another dominant performance from him. 2 P2 so far. That's a good run for him. Chris Taylor, consistent all race, was fighting with Viney for a little while there, but unfortunately, as we see in the chat, Pete's computer decided to have a moment and die. Not sure why. Oars McClaws gets right into the back of Scarney now. This is Chalmers right ahead of Scarney, so it's coming down right to the final few corners. Scarney's going to look for the exit. It's not going to get it done unless he can look to the outside. McClaws might look for something here, but I don't think anything's going to change. They come around the final corner. Scarney's using every bit of the track there, so Chalmers going to come across to P5. Scanlon P4, Scarney P6, and McClaws P7. What a battle that has been.
Outstanding racing there, Pro-Am guys. That was a race to remember. Kigali holds on there for P9. Williamson had P8 in the end to lead the AM class drivers. Johnston in P10, then it is Ben Dyke. Kidman holding on against Stimpson, who is the second of our AM class drivers, then Rockford in P14. Then you have Jesse McLean, so unlucky with that drive-through penalty. Then Matthews and few drivers with penalties in Rad, Dickinson and Lewis before you get Richardson, Dinaldi, Kranich, Withers and Stockton, your race order in the end. Wow, what a drive from these Pro-Ams, and brilliant effort there from Bechtold. I think, given how dominant he was, Bechtold really deserves driver of the day there. Although Scarney's drive there at the end was very, very strong, almost taking a top 5.
Yeah, wow, that's something you will never forget there as we go to the time tables for overall. Bechtold takes the win there from Floody Malik in P2. Chris Taylor there for P3 for your podium position. Simon Scanlon there finally got it done on McLean before that drive through for McLean. P4, P5, Pete Chalmers there. Eric Scarney for P6. Shane McClaws there, so close to maybe getting something off Scarney there for P7. Willinson, top of the AM wildcards there, paying out really good race from Kigali after a couple of unfortunate events, managed to clause it back to the top 10 in P9. And Johnson there for your top 10.
And you're looking at the qualifying order, and Scarney started P20. Okay, no, never mind. Scarney driver of the day, up to P6 from P20. That's an outstanding drive. I didn't realise he started that low.
Yeah, that was just an incredible race from him. Slowly caught up over the hour, made the most of his time, and it's just shown us how it's all done.
Yeah, and shown that Lexus can be thrown around if it's put in the right hands, and Scarney certainly now knows that Lexus like the back of his hand.
Absolutely.
But that is your Pro-Am race at Hungaroring for round 2 of the Simrigs Sprint Series tonight. Wow, that was an unbelievable watch. What do you think of that, Mitch?
That was probably some of the best racing that we've seen, let alone in Sprint Series, in finals. It's probably some of the best racing we've seen for, I can't even remember the last time we saw a battle that good. It's been so long, and I don't think you'll ever forget that one. That will be in the Hall of Fame for a while now. It was great racing.
Certainly, tonight will have been one to remember for many drivers, and of course, all of you watching. Thank you, everyone, for watching tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure, and we really appreciate your contributions and support tonight. And we will see you tomorrow night for some more Hungaroring action with the Pro Finals. Until then, ciao.
See you later.